And we welcome you courtside here in Las Vegas at the South Point Arena as our sixth and final game of day 2 of the 9th annual D3Hoops.com Classic is about to tip off. And it is the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern against the Cardinals of North Central, two traditional powers, one of them having a strong season, the other one trying to find their way in 2018-19. Ira Thor joined by Dave McHugh, who's on color and executive producer duties for this one, and we'll see what bells and whistles he has for us in our sixth and final game of a long day 2 here in Las Vegas. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start with North Central. North Central coming off a huge win yesterday as they defeated Husson by a score of 93-51, one of the more lopsided scores you'll ever see in this tournament. And North Central coming in with a record on the year of 11-1 and right on the outskirts of the D3Hoops.com top 25. I'm voting for them. I think they're a top 25 team, and we'll see what they bring today. They've won their last 5. Their starters: number 4, Aaron Jones, 6-foot junior guard out of Chicago. Number 24, Blaze Meredith, 6-foot sophomore guard. Number 24 out of Naperville, Illinois. At forward, number 30, Matt Capoletti. He is a 6'5 junior forward out of Romeoville, Illinois. The other forward, a 6'6 junior forward out of Plainfield, Illinois. Number 32, Connor Raridan. And one final guard, number 40, Will Clausel. He's a 6'4 sophomore out of Newark, not Newark, New Jersey, Newark, Illinois. Ohio Northern, they also played yesterday, and they dropped to Linfield. The final score there was 75-57. They have now dropped 6 consecutive games, have the Polar Bears, and they come to this game after that loss last night with a record of 3-8 on the year. Again, trying to find their ways. Their starters: Austin Alameyer, a 6'2 junior guard, number 5, out of Elida, Ohio. Number 13, Daniel Donner, a 6'7 senior forward out of Belleville, Ohio. Number 14, Daniel Unruh, a freshman guard, 6'2 out of Toledo, Ohio. Number 21, Ryan Bruns, 6'8 senior center out of Chickasaw, Ohio. Number 25, Ty Staton, freshman guard, 6'2 out of Proctorville, Ohio. We are set to tip, and it is Ohio Northern that wins the tip. Ryan Bruns wins it.
And remember Bruns, the All-American, by the way. 1940 as Ohio Northern gets the early score here. Gets up 2-0. Of course, North Central in their road reds with the white numbers and trim. Ohio Northern in their home whites with the orange numbers and black trim. White uniforms.
Got level there, no call as Clausel hits the deck. No call. That, guess they're going to call officially a block. You're going to set up a foul. That is out of bounds. Clausel will now take it strong to the hole. That is blocked again. This time by Bruns, a 6'8".
It's a reason he's a first-team All-American choice for preseason, amongst others.
Bruns, nice baby hook. And a rebound, a back iron, as North Central will try to get things going here. North Central, team that has been in the national picture for a long time, whether or not.
Name a CCIW team and you name somebody who's in the national picture.
And it's North Central typically is one of those teams, along with Augustana and some others. But
Augustana, Illinois Wesleyan, Wheaton.
Shot back iron, no good. Yet another rebound here by Bruns. I think we'll be saying his name quite a bit in that regard tonight here, Dave.
Well, Bruns needs to get the ball, and that's going to be the key for this Polar Bears squad. The guards need to get them the ball, and, of course, missing one of their better guards to a season-ending injury.
And a foul is drawn by Alameyer. Blaze Meredith committing the violation.
They also are missing, obviously had graduations off of a really good team last year. that helps Bruns out tremendously. This game's going to be interesting to me because is North Central going to lapse after a easy dominating win over Husson, or will they recognize the fact that this Ohio Northern squad, despite the record, is a threat?
Ohio Northern certainly has the size advantage. 3-point attempt top of the arc is no good by Unruh. Rebound here by Jones. Looking how North Central is setting up here. And committing the foul coming off the screen there is Allemeyer. So North Central yet to score. They will inbound here. 2 minutes gone by here in Las Vegas. Ira Thor, Dave McHugh.
A foul
and yet another foul. And we've had a lot of contact here in the first.
These two teams are going at it.
And change. Physical game is probably what you should expect when these two teams are on the floor.
Raritan battling with Donner there, and Donner picking up the foul. You mentioned Unruh earlier. He's the best three-point shooter on the team at 31% for those who have taken a significant shots.
Another block here.
Geez.
Oh, my God. Bruns is making it look easy. And again, 6'8" is not huge. Maybe for D3 it's above. It's one of the larger sizes you'll see. You don't see a lot of 7-footers, but that shot is knocked down there by Staten.
4-0 lead here for the Polar Bears. Yeah, Capoletti thought he could go reverse layup and catch Bruns out of position. The problem is Bruns is not only tall, he's got huge long arms. An illegal screen now called on Blaze Meredith. Doesn't like the call. He's in the corner. I didn't spot it. He's still having a conversation with the official about it. Checking in the game comes Tommy Koth, a 6'3" senior guard out of Aurora, Illinois.
You know, it's funny, too, with Bruns. I didn't even think coming into the tournament, hey, I'm going to see a first-team All-American. You're actually going to see two because you got Kyle Roach as well. And I have one of my own players on the list. I thought about Roach coming in, and, Ohio Northern not having a strong season right now. So he wasn't the one I was keyed in on as I was prepping for the tournament. It was Roach.
Bruns is a phenomenal player inside. And foul there on the inside on Allemeyer. I wonder if they're going to get the note here on the inside play if these two teams can figure it out. They're going to call that stuff.
I think we have a special report here from Pat Coleman. Pat, what do you got for us?
Well, yeah, so one of our observers down the row, when that last whistle blew down here in this left end of the arena, said, that's a foul. And then I said, oh, that's good because the whistle was blown. And then he said, yeah, but it's not the right foul that they called.
Interesting.
And then you heard, and then as I was walking, I heard Coach Raritan, of course, complaining about illegal screens and that sort of thing. And then I think we're back up to present time.
Will Colossal picks up the foul.
Well, we'll have our first substitution here for Ohio Northern. And Kevin Austin, he's a 6'2" senior out of Cincinnati. It's nice when I don't have to say what state the city is in. Sometimes it's just that easy.
Can we work on SIDs, though, posting states on all rosters? Just a thought.
Does that annoy you? Three-pointer, no good.
It adds so much work.
It has annoyed me for years. I've never said anything about it. You know, I mean,
it adds a lot of work for us broadcasters.
I mean,
I don't make the assumption just because you're in a state that everybody comes from your state.
It's something I'd like to see on there. If I obviously, you know, in the case of school, it's all state left off. You assume it's from that state. I mean, all my players are from Jersey. I'm not going to leave it off. That's just personal preference. Shot no good. Rebound here by Jones. Gets his own board.
But I don't list my stuff assuming everybody's from a state.
And dragged his foot there.
So it's just tedious work for me, sir.
Koth with the turnover. No, I agree with you on that one. I mean, everybody has their own personal preference, which the way they do things. Back in the day, actually, AP style, for those who are interested in those grammatical things, had it where you didn't list the state if you were in that state. That has changed over the years in terms of what preference is. Three-pointer knocked down by Tommy Koth. Correction, that's Kevin Austin. Kevin Austin in white there, the 6'2" senior guard. And ONU, look at this, Dave McHugh, has a 7-0 lead just like that. And North Central needs to call a timeout to talk this over.
Yeah, they want to talk things over. Todd Raritan in his 15th season is 255 and 135, and he's seen enough to know that they need a timeout here to talk some things over. So they will call it. The team 11-1 on the season, as we mentioned earlier. His guys aren't coming out with the same kind of fire right now. And, we worried about that against this Polar Bear squad, who record-wise is 3-8 under Rich Bensman, but doesn't mean Bensman isn't going to have his team ready to play after a tough loss yesterday. And he's in his third season at 35-20. And
both these coaches have very comparable career winning percentages. Raritan 653.
A lot more seasons. Of course, Raritan is 30th season overall, 524 victories in his overall career.
Two-time CCIW Coach of the Year. So North Central trying to find a way to get its offensive game going a little more than 4.5 minutes into this first half. Driving, turning, good defense there by Donner. Shut down the action and shut down the lane. Two to shoot. Gonna have to force up a three, and a foul is drawn. And shooting three will be Connor Raritan.
Connor Raritan, who's been an All-American himself, though he's also had to battle some injuries. Yes, you are picking up Connor Raritan, the second of two sons that Todd Raritan has had on his tutelage. Connor will get the free throw, and North Central still hasn't got a point in this contest.
This one in and out.
He's got two more to come.
And he missed that one as well. At the end of the Johns Hopkins regulation, talk about ice
An
veins.
89% free throw shooter, by the way.
Hopkins made 2 out of 3 free throws with 0.1 on the clock to force OT. Could have actually won if he made all 3. So,
well, and that was the best free throw shooter they had at 97%, Vila.
Probably the best in the whole tournament, quite frankly.
Yeah, and he just missed the second one short. Could argue maybe the timeout iced him a little bit. I'm not buying into it. I think he rushed it.
3-point attempt knocked down by Donner. And Ohio Northern has a 10-1 lead. North Central on the board, but they still have not knocked down a field goal yet here. 5 minutes into the final game here on day 2. Trying to back down Donner. Fall away jumper, that one. That was a tough shot, but it goes down.
Raritan finding a way to score. Doing a nice job there, to say the least.
First field goal for the Cardinals. They trail by 7. Ohio Northern's been successful so far. Knocked down a pair of triples. Here's a third look. This one long, and a rebound by Jones. Jones quickly in transition. Good pass, cross court. Shot, back iron, no good. Tipped around, and it comes out to Clausel. North Central doing a better job of ball movement here after the timeout. And that pass, however, into the Ohio Northern bench as errant pass.
Ohio Northern leading 10-3, looking confident. North Central a little sluggish on the defensive side.
3-point attempt by Austin.
Wow.
And Austin knocks it down, his second 3. Kevin Austin, the senior from Cincinnati. And it's a 10-point lead for the Polar Bears. And having lost 6 in a row, North Central having won 5 in a row. Two teams going different directions. But Ohio Northern trying to change its direction here today. That shot finds a way to go down. 13-5.
Get their second field goal of the game, 7 minutes into the contest. Coming around the hedge there that time was Koth knowing.
Good, wow, nice use of the glass there by Donner. Was that Brun? That was Bruns.
No, that was Donner, you were
right. It was Donner. Just looked at the two big guys, and I mixed up the big guys. Either way, brilliant move there. Mishandled by a moment. Ryan Hodge now into the game. Kicked out to Hodge. Good defense here by Austin. Closed it down, forced him to reset. 5 to shoot. Raritan drives. Raritan. That one back rim, no good. Bruns with the board.
Jeez. Too easy.
And a foul's drawn on the baseball pass up the court. And Ohio Northern forcing its way to the line.
Ohio Northern coming out with spit and vinegar.
Are you surprised, based on the two performances on day one, what you're seeing thus far in the first 8 minutes?
North Central, yes. Ohio Northern, no. I think Ohio Northern is frustrated and want to get their season off, get a kind of a jump start to the rest of their season, and will want to use North Central to do that. North Central, yeah, I think they're a little sluggish here. Either they're coming off of the Husson win, thinking things come a little easy at 11-1, or they underestimated Ohio Northern and their record. It doesn't mean Ohio Northern still doesn't have good players on it. They're still just trying to figure themselves out. And so North Central, a little surprised, doesn't seem to have the same step they had against Husson.
Cannot overlook Ohio Northern. They knocked down both. They lead now by 12. Despite the 3-8 record, they have the history and they have the coaching. And first team All-American always helps.
Not too shabby an option.
Jumper by Raritan, in and out. And it's batted back towards midcourt where Jones was ready for it.
The other thing is yesterday North Central was hitting everything, and they're already showing a little bit of rust in the shooting percentages.
That's off the mark, off the bottom of the backboard, loose ball. And it'll be brought up the floor by Ty Staton. Staton at 6'2", hands it off here to Grant McConnell now in the game for Ohio Northern.
Foul away. It's a battle with Bruns and Raritan's going to pick up the foul. Much to Raritan's. It's his first, but much to his chagrin. But already North Central's picked up 5 fouls here.
5 fouls, and they're just 2 out of 10 from the field to start the game, 20%. Ohio Northern shooting over 50%, and 3 out of 6 from deep right now. That's the story here. More than 8 minutes into this final game here in Vegas. Ohio Northern lost yesterday. North Central won by huge numbers, but it's a different story so far here. 5 to shoot. Bruns with it. Bruns, turnaround, hook shot, in and out.
That should go the other
it
way.
Looked like a push off here. It is on Donner.
Yeah, Donner was pushing on Raritan as they went up on that one, though. Donner admittedly was also getting hit from behind, but I think that's a good call on Donner.
Yeah, good little battle. Tommy Koth will come back in here for North Central. 6'3" senior guard out of Aurora, Illinois.
Caleb Bryan into the game for the Polar Bears from Chickasaw, Ohio. No, that's not. I had the wrong one. Plattsburgh, Pennsylvania, the 6'4" junior forward. I had Bruns' info there for a moment.
Could not handle it cleanly was Ryan Hodge, in and out of his hands.
Interesting tidbit from earlier today.
I like interesting tidbits. What do you got for us?
Emily Mesher for Ohio Northern women's team went to the same high school as Ryan Bruns on the men's team.
Are they the same year in school?
That's a great question. Bruns,
Jump shot off the front rim, rebounded here by Raritan.
Mesher a year behind.
Did one recruit the other? You never know. It's actually interesting now that I'm talking more as an administrator on campus with the coaches about their recruiting methods. And
that's going to be a hip check foul called on Staton.
It's amazing to me, how many times kids come to a school because of the good experiences of one of their peers.
Oh, absolutely. That doesn't surprise me in the least, to be honest with you.
Never a conversation I really had truly with our coaches, and I do it more and more now, and it's nice to see. I mean, they're coming for the coaches, they're coming for the education, but they're coming also because of the experiences of people they know.
Sometimes the best recruits are the players.
Absolutely, especially at this level where you're doing this for the love of the game. Three-pointer is no good by Joey Bougamy.
No, Blaze Meredith. Meredith was the one with the 3. He had plenty of time, but he just couldn't hit it. Bruns had it. Yeah, Bruns wanted that ball, and he probably should have had it. He's got Capoletti on him right now, which is an advantage, Bruns.
Connell has to kick it out. Foul line. He is hacked. And going to the line will be Ty Staton for 2 shots. Foul will be on Tommy Koth.
Koth picks up his first. 16 foul, which means the next time we shall be into the bonus.
And we have played barely half of this first period. In and out and in again. And Staton knocks it down. Substitution Colton Backman,
Both teams
sophomore
will be
guard
involved.
out of Piqua, Ohio, 6'4" sophomore guard.
We're moving Bruns at 6'8". Big difference.
Bruns needed a break at some point.
Absolutely.
And both free throws are good, so the lead is 19-5. That is now the largest of the game for the Polar Bears.
I made a note at 10-1. Just a shade under 15 minutes left. Figuring that might be the moment North Central woke up, but no, it's now 19-5.
Raritan trying to back his way in. Turnaround. This one in and out. Rebound. And a foul by number 23, Colton Backman, unable to contain Bugami.
Bugemi was the one who made a difference yesterday against Tussin. Came in, played strong. And he'll go to the free throw line. He had a lot of free throws yesterday, though he had none coming in to the weekend. It's that first one.
It's Gemi, not
Bugemi.
Ah, interesting. In Jersey, it would be pronounced the other way. So, all right.
That's why we have those little notes on the side.
Stop pointing to notes.
Bugemi, kind of like who's the famous, the actor or
From
some?
The Sopranos.
Yeah, I was thinking of
Free
that.
throw is good.
That's what makes me think of it.
Um,
Still only two made field goals for North Central, by the way.
when you got an announcer from Jersey, you're used to
Well,
saying
that doesn't
things
mean
a
anything.
certain way.
Jersey likes to screw things up, sir.
Hey,
Let's just be honest.
Don't make fun of her. Say,
I'm not making fun of it. I'm
I'm
being
not.
frank.
I'm going to pull your passport.
I need a passport now?
You do.
Traveling
Traveling
violation.
violation here.
Okay, I'll drive around the state if I have to.
I have to go through PA, I guess.
Okay, great. I've done that before.
But this is going to ruin our trip up to Maine, though.
You'll just have to meet me in Connecticut. Doesn't ruin anything for me. You joined us earlier talking about a trip to Maine. North Central's they're just out of sorts.
Jones comes out after the kick out, and that's
Goes
back
over the
on
backboard.
over the backboard.
Jones hit a couple big shots in yesterday's game against Husson. Again, Husson was toe for toe with him despite it being at one point a 20-point game. And I think North Central
They can't find the
what
shot
happened?
right now,
Yeah,
is what
they
it is.
just-
They're
they-
0 for 5 from three-point range. They're 2
struggling.
of 15 from the field, shooting under 15%.
I was going to say they're out of sorts in just their shooting and being on the same, but they're not playing horribly. It's just that it's a
They
different
just can't
team.
knock down a shot, and a miscommunication there, as that was forced by Bugami.
Yeah, I think Bugami definitely got a little bit in there defensively to shake that one up. Unfortunately, it went off an Ohio Northern player after Bugami got his hand on it.
Ryan McClurg will come in here for Ohio Northern, sophomore guard out of Troy, Ohio. 19-7, still to lead in favor of the Polar Bears. Cardinals trying to find the way, illegal screen? Or
No, that's me on the defense for pushing through the screen.
That'll be on number 22.
Caleb Ryan, the Pittsburgh native.
Brian, 6'4" junior, and
Bugami's on the line again, as it was it's a one-on-one situation. And that's what I mean. Bugami got to the line quite a bit yesterday, basically, for his hard work.
1-1, he's able to knock that down. He's the only player other than Raritan to score thus far. And we've played almost 12 minutes. Not too often you see that.
Especially for North Central.
And foul shot is good. So he has 4. Donner has 7. Austin has 6 for Ohio Northern. 19-9. The lead is 10. Good ball movement. Three-pointer left side. That's no good, but a good rebound by Bryan, skying high to pull it down.
Should point out, Pat reminding me I was going to bring it up, and I just kept forgetting to do it. Dealing with injuries are the Cardinals. Of course, Aiden Chang, who hasn't played now in 4 games, he'll be out for the season. He's behind the bench on the missed shot on a scooter. Badly damaged ankle and broken fibia is out. But that's not the only injury for North Central.
That's a scary sounding injury by itself.
Oh, yeah. Dislocated ankle, broken fibia, and torn tendons. It's not pretty. Raritan doesn't like the contact, trying to let the officials know about it with some theatrics.
6 to shoot. Lost ball, loose ball on the floor. Austin dives on top of it, jump ball. And the arrow looks like it favors North Central. So 1 to shoot. It's going to have to be a quick inbounds play here. First, we're going to have a sub for the Cardinals. Ryan Hodge will come in for Aaron Jones.
The other injury that North Central is dealing with is Jack Bronick, who had started 11 games in this season.
Three-pointer beats the buzzer. It is short, but North Central loose ball on the floor. They get another opportunity and a fresh shot clock.
Bronick, 4.8 points, 4.2 rebounds, 58% shooting, but dealing with injury himself.
Good bounce pass. Quick kick to the corner. Thought about a three.
Too deep.
Drives to the window, and he will draw the foul.
He's going to draw it, I believe, on McConnell.
In the restricted area.
McConnell only played 1 game previous to this weekend.
You know, when you have injuries.
Well, that's for Ohio Northern. They aren't as banged up. But you're also looking for answers. But this is all that time of year, too, where you see some guys who either miss time due to injuries or getting other chances as the team kind of tries to wake itself up. And I think Ohio Northern's in that boat where they have dealt, with that one key forward or guard injury, certainly.
Meredith, just the 3rd player to score so far for the Cardinals here. He knocks down both free throws to make it a little bit more manageable of a deficit. It's now 19-11. And Ohio Northern has hit a little bit of a scoring slump here in the last few minutes. And they won't have a chance to score here as it is an offensive foul.
Illegal screen called on Bryan. That's his 2nd. I only said first. Maybe I got the wrong player.
And that was an easy illegal screen to call. Bounce pass, driving to the window and scoring. Beautiful pass there.
North Central eking their way into this.
Raritan finding Capoletti there for the bucket.
Capoletti had a big game yesterday, tying the 3-point shooting record that was only set last season.
Well, he went inside here. Ohio Northern gets it back as McConnell goes glass. 21-13 is your score, under 6 to play here in half number 1. We are in Las Vegas, South Point Arena, and this is what, game 10? Game 11? Game 11 of the, I lost count here, of the 9th annual.
6 on the day, 11 on the tournament of 18.
9th annual D3 Hoops Classic. Little floater is no good. Carom goes to Bryan. Next year will be 10 years of this tournament. Incredible. The biggest tournament in Division III every year. Most illustrious regular season tournament every year. A destination that many programs, regardless of their success and prominence nationally, should strive to attend and play. And that one is no good.
Bryan missed as the shot clock was expiring.
Meredith will take it to the hole. Left-handed layup. In and out.
I think he was surprised he got that open.
I think he was surprised that he had the space at the last second. Nobody converged on him as he went down the middle of the lane. Great first step, by the way, too. I think that was part of the reason he got so open. Austin jumper is good, long 2. And Ohio Northern's lead back up to double figures. It's 23-13. What have you seen here in the first half from Ohio Northern, Dave, that has impressed you the most?
Just a different pace, a different energy. They're being a little more aggressive as Bryan picks up another foul.
I think that's his 2nd.
Yeah, it is 2nd, because we had another one on the legal screen that I'm not sure. I think it might have gone against McClurg. But, yeah, I'm just seeing more energy out of Ohio Northern, a little bit more zip, a little bit more want. They're going after North Central. They see an opportunity to kind of wake up their season as Raritan misses yet another free throw. Raritan came into the weekend an 89% free throw shooter, best on the team.
And he's 1 for 4 right now.
Yeah, he's not looking pretty in this game.
Ohio Northern had been, I should say, North Central had been 7 of 9 prior to that. He knocks down 1 of 2, and the deficit is 9. 4:29 to play. The Ohio Athletic Conference, represented by Ohio Northern, North Central, the very strong CCIW. 2 very good basketball conferences for sure. That's the CCIW historically with a lot of success on the national stage. 3 is good by Staten. And the lead is back to a dozen, 26-14. And Ohio Northern, they have been the aggressor here in the first half.
Staten Island. Staten came in.
It was only a matter of time.
It was only a matter of time. Staten came into the game just 1 of 6 from beyond the arc.
That three-pointer is
That'll
good.
help.
That's an answer there. Rebuttal by Hodge.
Hodge, who had not played much, he got a lot of half dashes. I'm not sure why that under 2 games, but he may not have produced much, but he's got a good shot there.
And the lane got himself trapped. The big man with the 3. The big man connects. All-American range. Big shot there by Bruns, and the lead back to a dozen. And Ohio Northern from 3-point range is dagger right now. 5 of 9.
The only part of his game he's not great at. 6 of 23 coming into the weekend, but he'll take them.
How good does that feel as a center? To be able to step out and knock down a 3 like that.
Absolutely, because now the defense is going to have to watch it. Opens up the lane.
That one, no good. Scooped up there. Good defense by Caleb Bryan. My son has been the starting center on his AAU team for the last 4 or 5 years. He rarely comes out because he's really the only center. He's more proud of anything. The one thing he's most proud of when he hits 3s. If I'm not at a game, he'll text me the final score. I'll ask him how he did. The only thing he'll talk about is 3-pointers he made in the game.
3-pointers replace the dunk.
That one goes down by Unruh. Unreal. And Ohio Northern leads by 15. And my son's not dunking, so 3-pointers will be the only showtime that he gets.
Todd Raridan shaking his head.
Well, Ohio Northern 6 of 10 from 3-point range. Hard to contend. Let's take a break, see what they do when we come back.
Receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Big shots. Big dunks. This trophy is not given. It must be earned. The 2019 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, March 15th and 16th at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum Arena in Fort Wayne.
With his 3rd triple.
Visit ncaa.com/tickets and secure your seats today.
And we are back here in Las Vegas. McHugh and Thor at the South Park Arena.
He's Thor, I'm McHugh.
I'm Thor, he's McHugh. We were together a little bit less than a month ago down in Greensboro, North Carolina for men's and women's soccer national championship. 3rd year in a row, you and I got to do that together. One of my favorite times of the year. This is a great way to cap 2018 here in Vegas. And, you know, any luck, maybe I'll win 30 or 40 bucks later. Or 300 like last year. North Central, that is a long 2, but it's knocked down by Capoletti.
Capoletti's 3-point shooting coming in, or through December 12th, he was 8-32. Just not a great start to the season. But since then, 19 of 29, including now 0 for 1 tonight.
Ohio Northern gets a rebound, block inside. But a foul is drawn. And this will send Austin Allemeyer to the line.
Northern with a 1-on-1 opportunity later.
Decent free throw shooter, 67% on the season. 1-1. All right, it's a shooting foul, so it won't matter. And he misses the first. He'll have one more coming up, or coming in here is Matt Smetansky. He's a sophomore guard out of Homer Glen, Illinois. Second opportunity. That one is good. So 1 out of 2. The Ohio Northern lead with 1:48 to go is 14.
North Central better hit some shots in the second half, or this game's going to get ugly.
Long 2-pointer. That one's going to be short. Loose ball foul.
Yep. Cappelletti went up for the rebound, got undercut by Staton. And Rich not happy with the official, but that's the right call.
Cappelletti will go to the line. He averages 15 points a game. He is second on the team in scoring behind Raritan. Not a great free throw shooter, but
I think we just got a warning on Rich and his coaching staff.
Cappelletti, 63% on the year from the line. And he eats that one. One more here. And coming back in for Ohio Northern, Kevin Austin, who's already knocked down a pair of triples in this contest.
Rich Bensman not liking the fact that apparently he thought Cappelletti was out of position. But I think Staton undercut him, putting him out of position. I kind of agreed with the call, but who knows sometimes.
Trying to think what the NFL penalty code is for undercuts now that my first season
you need
is,
help, sir.
Hey, I had that stuff memorized,
Nah,
so I have to look it up during games.
You need help if you're still thinking about it. So Brun's going line here after the foul, so he'll get a couple shots.
I don't stop thinking about football until after my teams are done. Bruns.
Ooh, that didn't look good.
He left that short. In fact, he barely bent his knees on that one at all.
Decent free throw shooter, and he's shaking his head on about it. He takes every aspect of his game very seriously.
Cappelletti over to Raritan, trying to back down the defender, and he's able to convert the little finger roll there as he's fading away from the rim. 11-point lead now. Austin to Bruns. Bruns kicks it out and lost the handle, able to get it inside to Ellemeyer. He converts.
Some fans wanted to travel there, but the official indicating there was no control of the ball, which seemed about right. He couldn't control it.
Looked like it was going to be a broken play, Dave.
Oh.
And they got lucky to convert something.
Yeah, absolutely got lucky on that.
And he got caught there on the blocks, had to kick it out.
Yeah,
Hodge
struggling.
Back to Raritan. Raritan again, he loves this move.
There's the contact Raritan's been fighting for.
And Brian will be called.
Yeah, that's a third foul on Brian. But Raritan's been fighting for that contact. I don't think it's his. He called somebody else. Who'd they call that on? They called that on Kevin Austin? That doesn't sound right.
I don't think he was anywhere near the play. That can't be.
They called Austin for the foul being his second. But that was on Caleb Bryan, who's the only one contacted. And sometimes the officials do one-handed two, and sometimes the table can misread that as two, which Austin is.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Rich
the correct
isn't
call
arguing
at all,
unless it was a different call somewhere.
Unless it was away from the ball. Smetansky, free throw is good, and with under 20 seconds to go here, shot clock is off. And a backcourt offensive foul drawn by Smetansky. He just hit a free throw, and he's able to get Ryan McClurg to commit the offensive foul there.
Yeah, McClurg through the elbow.
And that is caused by the great backcourt defense. So, North Central will have one final look at the basket here in the first half. They've trailed by double figures at a number of junctions, including right now. And the foul on the baseline.
Well, now will be his third.
Well, now most certainly will be his third.
Well, hold on. Yep, there it is.
You only avoid the foul monster so long.
Should have been his third a while ago, but they called Austin for a foul that maybe took place away from the ball. We had two officials blow the whistle.
Raritan is struggling from the stripe. He is leaving a number of them short right now.
We're going to get a sub here.
You know,
Looks like maybe some blood or something on Brian.
Well, he's got 3 fouls at this point.
Well, the
Why
referee
risk
called.
it?
No, the referee called for a sub. Official called for a
Did
sub.
he? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but he indicated to the bench he needed a sub to come in.
Well, Raridan, I don't know if it's tired legs, what it is right now, but he is leaving a lot of his free throws short. 5 seconds to go. Ohio Northern going to have to push up the court.
Oh,
that would be
the fact he got that off.
That would be a SC top 10 if he even hit the rim on that one, but no shot. That will not count, and we will go to the break with Ohio Northern, an impressive first half of basketball as they lead North Central, winners of 5 in a row, 35-25. Dave, your thoughts real quick on the half.
North Central's playing ugly. Yeah, they're not hitting some shots, but they're also just not being clean. It feels like they're fighting to get Ohio Northern to bite on things, and I think they got to get back into their own game. Ohio Northern on the other side has been playing well, but they're not playing consistent. Not surprisingly, though, I think they're getting the ball to Bruns better than they have in the past, and if that continues, North Central's going to have a problem because there's no way of stopping Bruns, plain and simple.
Bruns officially only has 4 shots in the game,
but he's been distributing too.
Yeah,
he's been finding ways to get other guys the ball.
The nice thing is they run the offense through him, and even if he's not getting a lot of shots individually, he's getting other guys involved, and we're seeing the pay dirt there from 3-point range. So Ohio Northern with a 10-point lead over North Central at the half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have halftime stats. Get you ready for the second half here on D3Hoops.com.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
My name is Marcus Walker. I was All-State, won a state championship, a high school All-American, and played college and pro ball. I played because I love the game. I grind to be the best. I sweat because I put in work. I'm strong because I believe. When I want to bring it before game time, I come to the house that college basketball built, the CBE. No matter your skill, take it to another level. Elevate your game right here at the College Basketball Experience at Sprint Center.
Big shots. Teamwork. This trophy is not given. It must be earned. The 2019 NCAA Division III Women's Basketball Championship, March 15th and 16th at the Krager Center in Salem.
Bounces right back with a triple. Great job here. And that'll do it!
Visit ncaa.com/tickets and get your tickets today.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance, a monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
It's on us to stop sexual assault
in any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
to stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I coined my definition of success in 1934. My definition of success is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. It's like reputation and character. Reputation is what others perceive you to be. Character is what you are.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. It helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Big shots. Big dunks. This trophy is not given. It must be earned. The 2019 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, March 15th and 16th at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum Arena in Fort Wayne.
With his third triple.
Visit ncaa.com/tickets and secure your seats today.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
We welcome you back here to South Point Arena in Las Vegas. Ira Thor, Dave McHugh, after an entertaining first half that saw Ohio Northern surprise North Central. They lead by 10. They have led by as many as 15. North Central has not tasted the lead in this contest after winning by 40-plus points yesterday against Husson. Taking a look at the first half stats, Ohio Northern did much of its damage from beyond the arc, 6 of 11 from three-point range. That equates to 54.5%. Better than 50% from the field as well, 12 out of 23, 5 of 7 from the line. Also, taking a look at some other individual numbers, it's been well spread out, and that's part of the success for ONU here in the opening period. Kevin Austin, off the bench, leads the way, 3 of 3 overall, 2 of 2 from the line. Ty Staten, not Staten Island, although great place to visit, 7 points, 2 out of 3. 7 points from Daniel Donner. 5 points for the All-American Ryan Bruns, who has added 3 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 boards to an overall impressive line. North Central, on the other hand, struggled early on. They have battled back to get their shooting percentage at least to 25% at the half, 6 out of 24. But they are just 1 of 8 from three-point range. They have gotten to the line 17 times. They've made 70% of their chances. Leading scorer right now is Connor Raritan, their leading scorer. He's got 9 points, 3 assists in a full 20 minutes. Did not come off the court. 3 of 8 from the field. Matt Capoletti's got 5 points. No one else with more than 5. Rebounds are even, 14-14 in the opening half. And the turnovers have been fairly under control. North Central just 4, Ohio Northern only 5. Ohio Northern with both its men's and women's teams here in the tournament. Not sure how many years that's happened where you've had a school have both men and women in. I think we're going to have some historical information here from Pat on that note.
Actually, I'm not sure if I have that information. It has happened, and I could think of like once or twice where it has. I'm just not sure I could quite name teams. And we have 1 year in the WIAC. I think we had a year where we had 4 WIAC teams here or something like that, and one of them was doubled up. Man, it's escaping me, and I don't have the stats or the.
I think it's interesting though,
in front of me.
And it says about a lot about the desirability of this tournament that not 1 but 2 come out. A lot of tournaments across the country. Obviously, this is the premier one this time of the year.
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of options out there for schools. We're glad to have as many schools here as possible. I think it's a fun place to go, and a lot of coaches like the fact that you can get from your room to the game without having to get on a bus, right? You get
exactly,
and the kids go back and they shower in their own rooms, and it's a much better situation than having to get on a bus and go somewhere. We had the UW Eau Claire men and women here in 2016. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I found.
One common complaint that I've heard from around the country with some of these other tournaments, and look at that line there. Dave McHugh, fancy stuff.
Fancy boy.
Showing us some Connor Raritan statistics here as we ready to start the second half. But something I've heard from around the country, some of these other tournaments, Florida, Arizona, just simple operational stuff. Don't have stats.
Right.
Horrible way to run a tournament.
Right. Yeah. No. And you've got a great floor here. You got a great facility. You get stats done in a timely manner. We're here to help cover the game, so you get a quality broadcast mostly. Yeah.
It's that one I'm on the air.
All the time.
Thanks for having me anyway. The broadcast quality is fantastic.
Hey, sometimes it's with a cell phone.
Oh, man. Turnaround jumper to start the second half by the All-American. Listen, the dedication of Pat Coleman to broadcast the game on a cell phone while Dave McHugh is bouncing from airport to airport due to national weather issues.
I'm sleeping. No, that didn't happen.
No, you didn't sleep? That is impressive. That's why you are the guru of D3 Hoops. Ohio Northern with the first basket. Running floater in and out, rebound here as North Central down by a dozen. They have lost just 1 time this year. This is a game as a D3 Hoops voter. Dave, as a D3 Hoops voter, I'm sure both of us are watching very closely to try to determine what are we going to do with our ballots come next week. 3-point attempt.
This is why I wait for the second game.
And Ryan Jones had his pocket picked. He didn't get a call about pressure coming from behind, and a good steal there by Austin Allemeyer. It's tough, man. I got 40 teams I'm considering for my ballot right now. That shot is short. And a rebound by Capella. Yeah, at this
That's
point,
a little bit of a joke.
At this point in the year, I think 40 is actually more than I normally do. I think that bottom 15, probably can go more than that, but the bottom 15 is all up in the air. That one is no good. Rebound comes out to Donner. There's been years, Dave, where I've had maybe 5 teams I'm watching this time of year. That's it. And there's nobody else really sniffing close to my ballot. Right now, I question myself half the time, quite frankly. Nice pass down low. Good pass. However, Donner's pass or his shot attempt is blocked after the good look by Bruns. 3-point attempt is long and a very fast pace opening 2 minutes here in the second half. I'm Ira Thor. He's Dave McHugh. Pat Coleman off to our left, helping prepare the summaries of a long day of basketball. And pass by Donner, a little too far for Bruns, but it won't matter. Bruns was held, and Ohio Northern will get the benefit of that foul call. And hopefully after we're done today, my friend Dave McHugh can finally get a good night's sleep.
I'll take that for the loss.
Turnaround jumper in and out. And then an offensive push-off there by Donner as he trampled Connor Reardon going for that rebound.
Ignore the timeout just called for time on our graphic. Just trying to update our system, which seems to get out of whack on occasion.
You can't call a timeout?
North Central just didn't call it, but
he's off the way. Dribbled off his own foot, got it back. Heads up play by Reardon, and then taking it to the rim and missing was Klossel. Oh, a golden opportunity for North Central. They could not convert. Bruns, quick turn, and he was fouled as he tried to turn the corner. God, for a 6'8" guy, man, that first step is lethal.
Agreed.
And substitution here, we'll see Tommy Koth coming in here for Will Clausel.
Assistant coach checking on the table. Has to be called back by the official. Rich Bensman looks at his assistant and goes, "What were you doing? You're not allowed out of the box."
Checking on the timeouts.
Should call it the lane now.
Bounce pass to Bruns. Bruns drives. Right-hander in and out, and comes down. And what are they going to call?
Yep.
Jump ball. And possession arrow favors Cardinals.
Blaze came in. He's saying, well, the guy was out of bounds. Well, he grabbed it before he fell out of bounds.
He had 2 feet in bounds.
Yep.
Throw the red flag.
I ain't got a replay for you, so good luck with that.
Inside. Oh, a block by Donner. That's going to force a tie-up, and it'll be Ohio Northern basketball.
Todd Reardon wants to know why some official had his hand up in the air.
That was clean as day right there on that stuff.
Hey, an official can have his arm up, and another official can say, can call a jump ball, and the jump ball can overrule the foul.
And they are allowed to actually talk to each other to get it right, which is what they did.
I mean, that's common. That happens all the time. I've seen jump balls and hands up in the air all the time, and it turns into a jump ball. That's not uncommon. If that's what's happening in the CCIW, we maybe need to talk to them.
Bruns
because
lost
an official sees a tie-up before a foul takes place, it's a tie-up.
Absolutely. That's why you have 3 officials. And they're allowed to communicate. That one there, they saw it again. They got together. They got the call right, out of bounds, last touched by the Polar Bears.
Yeah.
Still a 12-point lead here for Ohio Northern. They have lost 6 in a row. They are 3-8, but don't tell them that.
Todd Reardon's trying to get his team to move the ball and talk to the official about that last call all at the same time.
Reardon trying to get this offense jump-started. can't convert, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Raridan's been struggling from the line. We showed it earlier, 3 of 7.
Again, if you didn't see the action yesterday on day 1 of this, I guess it's a 4-day tournament. There's 1 game on Sunday. I won't be here to see it, but there'll be a game on Sunday. North Central just absolutely dismantled Husson, 93-51, but they are struggling to find their offensive ways today. They are able to knock that one down. Still trailing by 11. Raridan hits both and lead down.
Maybe he just
to
likes
10.
this side of the court.
Well, interesting. We talked about it a little bit last year. One side looks off into a curtain. The other side looks off into where they stored the rodeo equipment and, of course, the animals for the shows. So one side is much more wide open than the other. And a foul there as Bruns is manhandled a little bit on the baseline. Again, I don't know how much that really impacts the player, but you have, 100 feet or so of space behind the basket to our right?
Well, we've always said it, we've always had it as a talking point, to be honest. It hasn't been a factor the last few years, to be honest with you. It's diminished. It hasn't been a talking point. We keep making it a talking point, and then teams go and shoot the lights out of the building on that side.
Yeah, I think we've made it less and less of a talking point as the years go on. But there's still always a game or two out of every 16 or 18 in a year where it does seem like there was an effect.
That's Pat Coleman with the sideline commentary.
He's supposed to take the game off and work on the game story, isn't he?
I want to get one of those fancy mics for my own broadcasts. I got to steal that.
You
in and out of his hand.
You
he couldn't
need the
control
personnel
it.
to run it, sir.
I actually have the personnel now, and if the price is right, I can bring you up. That's stolen away. Bad pass taken away here by Meredith to the rim for 2. I can't afford you, Dave McHugh.
I was going to say, I don't work for free.
I can't afford Dave McHugh. He doesn't work for steak.
Oh, Rutgers has hired me.
For steak?
Oh, steak.
Steak, I said.
State.
No, I can't pay you with cash, but I can pay you with dinner. Cook a mean steak.
My wife
down.
says enjoy the dinner, but stay up there. He ain't paying the bills that way.
Too high there.
That's an interesting move there. I'm not
for
sure
Phillips.
why Koff did that. Kind of
3-point attempt. Good.
Jeez. Did North Central finally wake up here?
Well, Blaze Meredith, will that be enough to light one for North Central?
See what you did there. That's too much from Raridan.
And a
That's
foul.
too much for Raridan. Raridan can't be coming up on the offensive player and forcing himself into him just because he's got his hands up in the air. Raridan came from the front court to the back court to make contact. If he had stayed in the front court and contact had been made, there's no call. But he stepped into the back court to make the contact. You just can't be that aggressive on the play.
If you're watching the live stats, it is 38-32, but we have the right score right on the broadcast.
Todd Raridan says because it's a backcourt foul, it's a reset, and I don't remember the rules on that.
This is a guy, though. This guy is a guy who's clearly playing with a quick trigger tonight. I'm talking about the official that's in front of us here.
Well, if he had, he would have teched him up already.
Well,
that pass,
Raridan, but he would have done that in the first half.
That pass deflected.
I say he's the guy who came over in the pregame wanting to know how good these teams were. He's the guy who came over and looked at the halftime stats. Who has ever come over and looked at the halftime stats?
You don't want the answer to that.
It's not their business to know how good the teams are. It's their business to call the game that's on the floor as it's in front of them.
I get used to refs doing that all the time.
Another 3 for Meredith. This one is short.
Yeah, Meredith got a little too confident with that one, didn't he? I got a little stuck looking up at the big screen. Jeez, that's a nice big screen. I really do.
Hey, look, it's Dave McHugh on the big screen.
No, we don't need to see that. How bad I saw you. That was pretty funny.
How Northern just got away with a walk there.
Yeah, he did.
1 out of 7. The Polar Bears are here in the second half, but the cure for that ailment
right.
is your All-American Ryan Bruns.
Bruns and more Bruns. A little more Bruns on top of Bruns. That was, oh, God, I love his game.
3-point attempt. That one long, tipped in the air.
That's a good play.
And a good job there, all by Raritan to keep that alive. Didn't come up with the final outcome of the ball, but he's the one that allowed it to happen. Turn around, way off the mark. Are they going to call a foul there? They do.
Yeah, a little body on Raritan.
That will be foul number 4 on Caleb Bryan. Is that 5? I must have missed the 4th. That is 5 on Bryan. He is fouled out.
They may have corrected that foul earlier, is my guess. I'd have to double check how many he's been called for in this half.
Well, the score is 40-32.
I wish I could see more of the live action.
13 minutes remaining, and Ohio
yeah,
Northern.
no, he's picked up 2 fouls in the last minute. So, yeah, it's 5 fouls.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it. That did not take long. He's fouled out of this contest. Raritan to the line. He'll knock down the first. 6'6" junior out of Plainfield, Illinois. He'll have 1 more year to play for his pop after this.
Yeah, thanks to an injury he suffered. And I don't mean that glorified or something. He had an injury.
He got the year back.
CCIW, which is he was a senior this year, because he's back for 1 more year after – I still forgot what the injury is.
Well, there's a reason that they have the medical hardship waiver.
Absolutely. And there's a chance, that Aiden Chang may take advantage of that. He's a senior this year, tough injury. He may sit a year. Granted, there's academics involved in a lot of these decisions. Is it worth paying for another year of school? Is there a graduation or a graduate program they can take advantage of?
3-pointer way off the mark. Good rebound to Brun. That is short, though, and North Central comes up with it. You also don't know when your dad is the coach. Some schools have tuition, waiver for employees as well.
Fair point. No, I forget about that. And there's also you work for a school, and there's all kinds of discounts.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I have only a partial discount at my school.
You're absolutely right. I forgot about that.
3-pointer is good. And North Central, Tommy Koth. And it is suddenly a ball game. It is now 3 points because Ohio Northern
timeout.
Has not found a way to get its offense going here in the second half.
12-5 run to start this half.
40-37. Let's take a break. Can Ohio Northern figure it out? We'll find out when we come back.
Receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Big shots. Big dunks. This trophy is not given. It must be earned. The 2019 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, March 15th and 16th at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum Arena in Fort Wayne.
With his 3rd triple.
Visit ncaa.com/tickets and secure your seats today.
After the Ohio Northern timeout, they need to find a way, Dave, here to kind of
settle down,
but also kind of reinvent what they did in the first half, which was so successful to keep this Cardinal team.
Well, Cardinals are starting to hit shots.
Balanced.
And we said they needed to hit shots to get back in this. They finally are doing that.
That's a 3-point attempt. That goes down. 3-pointer by Thomas Phillips into the game.
They flipped the names at some point.
Yeah. And a rejection by the All-American Bruns. Knocks it into the barn.
The names got flipped. They weren't like that earlier in the game. Ohio Northern Central was on the right-hand side because I remember that dot being in the orange. Nice inbounds play to Raritan.
That one partially blocked. That should be block number 5 for him, and a rebound coming out here to Allemeyer.
Bruns Averages 2.5 blocks a game, and he's doubled that tonight. If that's officially ruled a block. It looked like he got a piece of it, right?
Some scorers will list it as a block. Some only react if it's a full block.
Sometimes you got to see it, too, to be blunt. The angles can make it difficult.
8 to shoot. Bruns swings it. Not a good pass.
He had a good idea,
couldn't
but
save it.
Yeah, he didn't make a good pass. I don't know if he was expecting him to move. It's interesting coming up. Allemeyer trying to calm the big man down, and he says it's his fault. I don't know if he expected Phillips to keep going into the corner or not, but he slung it into the corner. He also may have just flat out held onto the ball too long on the fire, trying to pinpoint it.
Raritan's got 13, kicks it outside. Can't do this alone. He's going to need some help if North Central is going to pull off a comeback, but maybe he could do it himself. He knocked that one down. He's got 15.
Raritan going nowhere near Bruns if he can avoid it.
Raritan
I don't blame him.
Is North Central's all-time assist leader after just 44 games of his career. He actually did it last year.
Foul in the paint. It's going to go against North Central's Capoletti.
It was 2 years ago that the broken finger kept Raritan out.
Was it a finger?
That's what I'm told.
Yeah, okay. I honestly can't keep track of some of the injuries.
From the knowledge storehouse that is Gregory Sager.
What does Sager know? I said that because I know he's listening. I kid completely.
To the rim, what a move.
You kidding me? That is a great play when your team's been struggling. 45-39 if you're watching us in the in-house here at South Point, somewhere in the hotel or casino. Ohio Northern actually leads this contest 45-39, despite what you see on your screen. We apologize. 10 minutes remaining here. Fifth team foul as Blaze draws the foul there. So Blaze Meredith on the line. Pretty good free throw shooter at 82% coming into the weekend.
And free throw is good.
Capoletti will return. Of course, Capoletti had a big game yesterday, tying the D3Hoops.com Classic record for made three-pointers in a game. Capoletti. Oh, he broke it. Thank you.
I know that Raritan is closing in on becoming North Central's 27th 1,000 point scorer. I don't know how many points he needs. I did see as a note that he's closing in.
Who was that again?
Connor Raritan.
Right.
1,000 points. That's a lot of points.
Whoa! He expected Raritan to be there. Yeah,
that's got to be something.
I don't know if that was a missed call or not, but he expected Raritan to be there. Raritan did a little bullfighter Olay.
That's either a travel, a walk, or a tie-up, or a foul or a tie-up. It's one of those three.
Travel and a walk are the same thing. We're all tired. It's game 6.
You know what I mean. Cross-court pass, long jumper is good. 2-pointer for North Central, and it is back to being a 3-point game, despite what the scoreboard in the arena says.
That's 45-42, Ohio Northern the lead.
He gets caught, has to kick it out to Bruns. They will reset with 14 on the shot clock. Austin with it, 6 to shoot. Austin, pull up, jumper. Oh, he knocks it down. What a hard shot for Austin. A long 2 with the shot clock at 1.
It did not look pretty.
Doesn't matter.
It went in anyway.
It went in.
Yeah, spread eagle, forced shot.
That 3-pointer is short. Blaze with the carom. Nice thing is when you do leave the rebound, the shot short, the rebound mostly will go to your team. Oh, he tries to turn the corner.
Austin's going to get the foul there.
Austin with the foul, but man, I thought that Meredith was not under control as he tried to turn towards the basket. Have a substitution as coming out will be Phillips. Returning is Donner. Also returning here is Ty Staton. Basically, the starters are back on the floor.
I believe that's the third foul on Austin.
And he has played well off the bench. 5-point lead for the Polar Bears, trying to pull off a pretty big upset here in Vegas. Back rim, no good. Third
shot.
chance. Third opportunity for North Central.
This happened to Ohio Northern's defense in the women's side earlier today, where the team got a minute and a half of a possession because they kept getting the offensive rebounds.
That drives you nuts as a coach.
Ooh.
7 seconds to shoot. Pushes up a three. That is short. Rebound coming to Unruh. Now, I coached at middle school level, nothing crazy, but even at that level, the thing that drives me nuts, failure to box out, failure to play defense. Those two things right there drive a coach crazy at any level. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break too, and they'll probably talk about things like that. We'll be right back.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Now we're back here after a timeout. Still a 5-point lead. Ohio Northern has not trailed in this game. They got out to a quick 7-0 lead and got it out to 15 at one point in the first half. North Central making a game of it here in the second period, cutting it to as few as 3, but North Central can't get any closer than that, at least thus far. Ohio Northern looking for a positive play here. Turnover in the last possession. Inside, Donner converts, and he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. My God, he was directly underneath the basket, but his arms are so long
nice
that
job.
he was able to still reach up.
Absolutely. Nice job of getting around. Also the blocks, the arms trying to get that ball. Just stayed, I don't know if he stayed composed, but he stayed with it at least.
3-point play is good by Donner. He's got 10 points, says executive producer, support staff, whatever Greg
You're just
Sager
throwing
called
titles around to everybody, aren't you?
I mean, why not? Titles are fun. That's what keeps people
we don't
on
get
jobs.
paid by titles.
No? Yeah,
I could be in charge of my own title.
Oh, that's a tough angle. Rebound for North Central. Poked free. Foul, though, is called on Bruns.
Capoletti's immediate reaction was to put his hands to his head, and the assistant coach comes out and said, stop with the scoop stuff. Go straight up with the shot.
You are the founder. You kind of can give yourself any title you want.
Yeah, so Guru, I think, was bestowed upon me at some point, I suppose, but I like executive editor.
Executive sounds CEO-ish.
And I like to edit.
That's a good free throw here by North Central to make it 50-43. Substitution as coming back into the contest is Aaron Jones. And both free throws are good.
Jones not having the night he had last night. Jones started off pretty well in that game yesterday against Husson, and then started off really poorly in this one.
Yeah. Well.
Inside to the All-American. Work your offense through him. 3-pointer, bang!
Wow.
Triple, knockdown, Big shot by Daniel Donner.
So after struggling, allowing North Central to close in on this one, Ohio Northern has switched things up and finally found their range again, and that's a huge shot. Now an inside shot and a deep three for 5 points from him just in the last minute or so.
Turnaround right-handed floater. Wow, that's a beautiful play there. Connor Raridan. How much you got to practice that to be able to hit that?
I'm just super impressed with how Ohio Northern has not packed it in after North Central has rallied on them. They keep hitting big shots.
That one no good. Rebound attempt by Unruh. That is blocked. North Central, they trail by 7. Still trying to find a way. He's wide open. Oh, you cannot give Connor Raridan the baseline, and he did there.
Yeah, and then overcommit on the foul or on the block attempt by trying to jump over him and through him and you leaving your feet. Just keep him in front of you, keep him contained, and he doesn't get a free shot at it.
Dave just nailed it. That's exactly it. Jumper from the foul line. Jeez. That's an answer, though. An answer for Staten.
I don't know what Coach Rich Bensman told these guys, but they've woken up.
Staten straight to your heart.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a long walk.
You're off on an island with that one.
Let him take that. He
that
hasn't
no
proved
good.
he can hit it tonight.
And poked by Staten to Austin.
Remember, North Central's lost a single game so far this season. They have been in control of so many games this year.
If they lose this one, I'm going to have a tough decision to make. Another three.
Oh,
bang!
Man!
Bang! Donner again!
Todd Raridan says enough. I need to talk.
Daniel Donner entering the tournament was 1 of 9 from three-point range, but stats sometimes are irrelevant as he knocks down 2 dagger threes here, and the North Central deficit is 10.
The love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport. It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Well, Ohio Northern, every time they get challenged, somebody comes up with a big shot. In the last couple minutes, it's been Daniel Donner, back-to-back dagger threes. We are live here in Las Vegas.
Don't forget the scoop shot layup he had, too.
I'm
fight through the lane,
I'm more impressed with guys who are not good three-point shooters saying, oh, yeah? Yes, I am. 10-point lead. North Central, if they lose this game, Dave and I and 23 other voters are going to have a tough call. What do we do with North Central? Do we keep them in our 25 if we have them there now?
I don't think it's a tough call, but I don't have them in there right now.
Well, you know what? It depends on what other teams are doing. It always does.
They beat a okay Husson team, and they're losing to a struggling Ohio Northern team.
Well, for me right now, they would get knocked out. But, again, it depends on what other teams are doing. I can't knock them down if teams below them on my radar also lose,
Yeah, no, I get it.
And then you kind of got to evaluate, which loss is worse. It's not an exact science, folks. That free throw is short, one of 2 when they needed both. And with 4:30 to play.
Talking about Jones not having a good night. Capoletti's not having the same night he had last night either. I mean, both guys just haven't been the same daggers that they were last night.
That's normal, though, with
it's not
shooters,
normal.
though. With shooters,
yes, they may not, but both of them are literally struggling to shoot. Normally, you have guys at least can find their range and find their shot. Cappelletti and Jones haven't been a factor.
And forcing a foul there was Staton.
It would be nearly impossible, of course, for Cappelletti to have the same night against Ohio Northern that he did against Husson.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to go out and break the record again, but, I mean, he's struggling, and you can see it. You can see him in his body language. You can see it in his one shot missed. He put his hands on his head.
Yeah, he's 2 for 9. Jones is 0 for 4. That's kind of the story right there.
Another free throw, good. Jeez. This would be a big win for a Polar Bears squad that's been trying to find themselves after a hot start to the season, suffer an injury, 4-game losing streak.
1 of 2 for the freshman, Staton. The lead is still 10, though. North Central has not been able to get closer than 1 possession. Three-pointer right side is short again. They have been leaving a lot short in this contest. Poked away. Meredith to the rim, and he jams it down with 2 hands.
That is a
technical foul for hanging on the rim.
That's not good. He might talk to him correctly about it.
I don't know about that. There was
He's
a player
pulling it off. He's removing it.
That is the right call. That is the right call because he had a player trailing him.
He had a guy under him. Yep.
You don't want to land on the other player. That's a
bravo to the
move.
other official for recognizing that. They waved it off. Yeah, so good job there waving that off.
Picked up the flag.
Yeah, picked up the flag. There's no flag on the field.
Sorry, still.
I
got 1 more week in my my football hat.
Quick note: I love how they do that when a flag isn't thrown. They'll still wave the flag. Look at what? We're all confused. But yeah, good decision not to give the tech there. Yes, he got on the rim, but he had to hold on. No, I apologize. I got all excited about the darn free throws. About the slam dunk.
2 to shoot. Donner. That hits the rim. It keeps it alive. Loose ball.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he misses the layup off balance as Allemeyer.
Meredith came in to make that a challenge.
In traffic. How did Donner even get that shot off is remarkable.
Apparently the fans wanted fouls.
Debatable for sure.
I think it was a good no call.
Donner holding his ground defensively.
Raritan
Loose
loves
ball,
this matchup.
pokes it free, and Ohio Northern with a huge turnover.
He's doing too
much.
With
2:30 to go, they lead by 8.
Connor Raritan's doing too much.
When nobody else is stepping up.
Foot. Yep, foot out of bounds. Saw it. Almeyer's toe hit the line just as he was going for that ball. This game's phonetic. Is that a good term? Phonetic? I think phonetic's the right term. Jones out. Connor Raritan's got to slow down. Listen, he had a great matchup there against Donner. That's the matchup he wants. He does not want the matchup against Bruns, and he's trying too hard against Donner. Meredith into the corner. Jeez, these guys are just going at it now. All right, he's got the matchup he wants.
Raritan to Meredith inside, and
That's
he lays it in against the All-American center. That is a very difficult play.
Well, Bruns was coming from the help defense on that one, but that was an outstanding play by Raritan to give up the ball instantly on the cut by Meredith.
Bruns coming from the help defense, but God, he's got long arms that make up for that ground. 3-pointer.
Now he's trying too hard.
No good. And I think
dumb foul.
Yeah, I think he got hit in the face too.
Yeah, Allemeyer coming in trying to get a cheap steal, and it's just not a smart foul.
And you could tell, just look at the grimace on Meredith's face. He definitely got hit pretty hard.
But then back to the 3-point attempt by Donner. Okay, listen, you hit a couple big ones. I get it. But you've now also missed a couple. Get back within yourself. Calm things down a little bit. Don't press here up 2 possessions.
Free throw is short, and they needed that one.
They've left a lot of points on the line tonight. A lot of points. They are now 17 of 23, I believe. It doesn't feel like as many points. I feel like they've left more than that, but I guess not.
3-pointer is good, but it doesn't count. The whistle was blown. And an offensive foul, I think an illegal screen.
They called on Donner, and Bruns comes over and literally just trying to tell, kind of get in Donner's head to go, hey, calm down. Conversation with the officials.
Ohio Northern is 9 of 18 from three-point range in this game, 50%. They are less than 50% from the field, however, 45.7, 21 of 46. North Central just 3 of 17 from three-point range in this game today. And that is that foul number 5?
Yep, he is fouled out. Second Ohio Northern player to foul out.
That's a big loss there. Donner's had a heck of a game. 16 points, 4 rebounds. He is their leading scorer in this contest. If they hold on to win, he is a big reason why. 1:11 to go, they lead by 6. North Central with the ball. They have 15 to shoot. They need to score in this possession. Good defense by Bruns.
Yeah, Bruns
and
picks up the
he's
foul.
called, though, for the foul. Basket converted. And going to the line will be Capoletti to try to make this a 3-point game.
Bruns had his arms up. He did a nice job. Capoletti got away with a hook, going around Bruns and sealing him off. Then Bruns came back over, had his hands up, and then reached down to go for the ball, went over his shoulder, and then brought his hands back up. And Bruns just
too late at that
overcommitted
point.
on it. Yeah.
59.9 to go. That makes it a one-possession game with under a minute to play, and that will draw a timeout.
North Central calls it. They've got 2 left. They're going to call it full.
I think it came from Ohio Northern as they just looked over to the Ohio Northern bench. Either way, we will take a break. 3-point game when we come back.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us. It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us. All of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
We have under a minute to play. Ohio Northern looking for a huge upset. They have never trailed. 3 points is as close as it has gotten. That's where we stand right now. And Bruns is mauled on the inbounds.
Capoletti coming in hard. Bruns made a nice cut to come up and get that ball, especially after one of his teammates hit the deck. And Capoletti just trying too hard to get that ball out of Bruns' hands, picks up the foul.
Bruns a pretty good foul shooter for a big guy. It's 74% on the year.
Though struggled in the first half. Remember, he had that one really tough miss.
1-and-1 knocks it down. If my son is watching in New Jersey, that's how you shoot free throws as a center.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's sleeping.
Are you kidding me? He's got the week off. He's playing Xbox till 2 in the morning.
Well, then he's not watching. I mean, I guess we proved that.
Picture.
No.
Timeout now.
I bought him a second TV. He better be watching, Dad.
Whoa.
Bruns knocked that down. That was a big second free throw to make it a 5-point game. It's a 30-second timeout, so we will stay here. And
I think most of these timeouts left are 30s.
Probably all they have left.
I know North Central's basically called all their fulls. 3 timeouts left for North Central, 2 timeouts left for Ohio Northern.
What has impressed you the most about Ohio Northern's ability to kind of stay composed with North Central challenging them here in the second half?
You know, I think it's guys like Bruns. You're just like, okay, God, you know, you saw that moment with Donner where Donner made just a bad decision on the baseline. He comes over and has a conversation with him, and you see the calm. And I think that's helped. I also think, they're motivated. They're absolutely motivated. They know they're a better team than their record has been showing them recently.
Well, they've lost 6 in a row. What a way to end that with a win against a team that's won 5 in a row. Runs, closes it down, turnaround jumper in the lane. Wow, just magic by Raritan.
The only way you're going to get that is if you do what Raritan did there, and he hasn't done that all game. He stepped back, but that's the first time he literally created distance on Bruns on a matchup he doesn't like to begin with.
Special players have a shot that they have basically perfected, and we've seen that from Connor Raritan multiple times in this game, where he gets caught and he's able to have this turnaround jumper off balance falling away in a lane. And if you look at his points today, a good chunk have come on that kind of a shot.
7 of 17 from the floor, 0 for 1 from beyond the arc, but 9 of 13 from the line. And 7 assists, 7 more assists after 11 last night.
Yeah, he's giving up the ball nicely. That cut to Meredith, or the pass to Meredith on the cut, was a beauty of a pass.
But that turnaround
I just feel like
shot
Connor
right
Raritan
there?
listen, I know he's had to put the team on his back a little bit, but at the same time, he's also pressed a little tonight. He's been uncomfortable out there.
Well, he's forced some shots. He's missed some layups. But that turnaround shot, he's hit 4
That's
of
a great
those
shot.
in this game.
61-58.
I got it.
And foul on the inbounds. They had the foul. And Allemeyer, obviously went for the steal first, but after that becomes a non-factor. You got a foul, and 61-58, they will send the junior to the line. 67% foul shooter on the year is Allemeyer. One and one. He got the one he needed, and he'll get another. Big applause there from head coach Rick Bensman.
2 possession. Rich knows they need that. Keep North Central at arm's length.
And he gets both with 42 seconds to go. 5-point game. North Central has not led. 3-point attempt. Bang! Knocked it down, does Ryan Hodge.
He took an extra step.
It is now a 2-point game. That's as close as it has been all game.
Timeout.
And Ohio Northern will burn a timeout. I think they have 1 more to go after this.
Yep, both teams were down to 2. So instead of losing the ball in the corner, the problem is now they're going to have to inbound it from the corner. That's one of the worst places to try and inbound a ball, especially 94 feet from your own basket. Technically about 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock, one of those quirks where the game clock rolls down the tenths of the second, the shot clock does not.
Right.
It's hard sometimes to quantify, but 30.9 on the game clock, 29 on the shot clock, max 2 seconds roughly.
Yeah. It's either, I lost my ability to do math. It's either 1.0 or 1.9 seconds differential.
Yeah.
30.9 seconds away from using one of these.
Coupon book, sir? What are you planning? Because we already have our plans. I don't think it's in the coupon book.
No? I know. If it's free, it's for me.
Don't include coupons.
If it's free, it's for me.
We haven't gotten comp to anything in a while.
Ohio Northern. Almost lost the ball. Finally get it across the timeline, and then Austin. He's the one who will go to the line after North Central desperately tried to cause a turnover there. Nearly got their hand on one, but couldn't draw it loose.
This is far from over, as the last game proved to us. So I don't want to say, even a 2-possession ball game, it
could be a 22-possession ball game.
I mean, jeez. That last game.
Get 5 extra minutes. Is that what you're
Big miss for Kevin Austin. He was just 3 of 4 from the line on the year.
Yeah, coming into this weekend he was. Obviously this is their second game. But Austin didn't have a huge role in last night's game.
That one is long, and North Central can tie.
They have 2 timeouts remaining.
Meredith has it in his hands. 13 seconds left. North Central has not had it tied since 0-0.
If it gets close, I'd foul. I'd foul. If it gets close, I'd foul.
6 seconds. 5. Meredith inside. Kicks it out.
Late.
Down low. Meredith lays it and misses. And Austin with the board. And the Polar Bears have shocked the Cardinals. Ohio Northern led from start to finish, and they snap a 6-game losing streak by knocking off a team that wanted to be in the top 25, but probably won't be after this upset tonight.
The reason I said foul was they weren't shooting well from the free throw line. I think I would have risked it because they were lining up for a 3 to win. They were setting up that play. But as soon as they cut for Meredith, great pass from Raritan.
I know.
That's an opportunity there. How did he miss it?
How did you miss that? Exactly.
Especially after what he's made tonight.
And last night, too. I thought, we
Yes,
talked
good call.
about what a great night Blaze Meredith had on the first night. Man. Wow, what a finish.
I thought it was Ryan Hodge who initially passed up the three-point attempt, looked down low, and then Blaze Meredith had a golden look at the basket.
Raritan had the ball at the top of the key.
Both.
But Hodge had it earlier, yes.
But either way, Meredith, my God, you could not have gotten a better look at the basket. And
it's actually a great play call because everyone's looking at the three-point. Raritan lines up dead straight. So you saw Bruns step out of the lane up towards Raritan to the top of the key. That opened up the lane for Meredith to come through, and Raritan made a beauty of a pass. Meredith just blew the layup.
I know.
He did
right
everything
there.
but finish.
Thought he was going to throw it down, in all honesty.
Yeah, and wow.
He got
I think he's expecting this is the problem sometimes players have. They expect the contact.
Yep.
I think he was expecting the contact. It didn't produce.
Finish.
And he couldn't finish as a result
He
of
got
it.
a through ball breakaway into the box and shanked it high.
I actually looked at the clock figuring there might be another bit of time, and I was more stunned that it had run out. They actually, that was a good end of game play.
Absolutely. I just looked at it again. It was, I'm still in shock that he did not finish that off.
I couldn't go a full 40 minutes without a soccer reference. I had to throw in one. So, North Central has its 5-game winning streak
It was actually
snapped.
a give and go.
Oh.
The Cardinals were 11-1. They suffered just their second loss of the season. Meanwhile, the Polar Bears, well, we said that they're better than their record indicated, and they'll go back to Ada, Ohio with a win here.
At least they get
with a slightly better record.
They'll feel good about that. Could springboard them.
4-8. They snapped the 6-game skid here. And for North Central, that is their first loss since December 8th when they lost a 95-88 decision to North Park. That was a CCIW home game. Meanwhile, for the Polar Bears, again, they improved to 4-8 on the year. Their first win since knocking off Thomas More, future NAIA member, 65-62 on November 28th. Take a look at the final stats from this one for the victors. Ohio Northern led from wire to wire. 4 players in double figures. Daniel Donner had 16, along with 4 points. He was 5 of 9 from the field, and after being just 1 of 9 from three-point range entering the tournament, he was 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. 12 points from the All-American Ryan Bruns, who added 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and 4 blocks. 10 points each for Staten and Austin with a big role off the bench. For North Central, it was Connor Raritan doing majority of the heavy lifting. 23 points, 7 field goals made, 9 of 13 from the line, 8 assists in a full 40 minutes of action. Dave, your thoughts on this one?
Well, Ohio Northern ended up gutting it out for the win. They got out-rebounded. That's the only category they basically lost in this one. They shot 46%. They shot 50% from beyond the arc, 9 of 18, including 3 of 7 in the final half. 9 assists to 11 turnovers compared to North Central's 8 for 9. A lot of things jump. Points in the paint, North Central won that one 18-10, and points off turnovers 18-6 in favor of North Central. Bench points, North Central 17-15. But it was just a gutted out win in the end. It was good shooting at the start, a cold period in the second half that North Central couldn't fully take advantage of before Ohio Northern woke back up. It was a couple of key shots from Donner, who finished 5 of 19, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, 3 for 3 with 16 points to lead the team. Bruns, 4 of 9, just made his presence known, which you could see frustrated Connor Raritan and others.
Well, he touched the ball
Ohio
basically
Northern,
every possession. That was key.
And that's key for this Ohio Northern team, to get him the ball whether he hits shots or not. They need him to get the ball. And Ohio Northern gutted it out in the end, and North Central had dug a deep hole, tried to fight back. It was too much. And as good as Connor Raritan ended up statistically, 7 of 17, some of those 10 shots that he missed were ugly. 0 for 1 for me on the arc, 9 for 13. He just didn't feel comfortable at the free throw line. Finished with 5 rebounds, 23 points, and 8 assists. The 8 assists were key. That he would have had 9 if Blaze Meredith hits that last shot. And he played all 40 minutes, but I felt like Connor Raritan didn't have any other options because Capoletti didn't have the same game he had last night. Jones, and I'm not saying he should have had a ton of made threes, but he didn't even make a dent in the comparison.
He didn't make any threes in
3
this
of
game.
10. He was 0 for 2 and 3 for 5 from the free throw line for 9 points. Aaron Jones was 0 for 4 and 0 for 2 from deep. He had 6 rebounds. That's about the only thing you can talk about in this one. And nobody else was able to step up and fill that hole that disappeared. We made a nice comment about Bugemi earlier in the game. He got to the free throw line, was 4 for 4. He disappeared. He didn't get used much in the second half. And yet Bugemi was part of the reason they played well against Husson. So I felt like Connor Raritan got left on an island and didn't have a lot of options to help him out.
Hey, some guys got stats without even playing, so it happens.
It's always
sometimes.
possible.
Oh, hey.
It's always possible.
Meredith, by the way, had 12 points and 7 boards, 9 points, 8 rebounds for Capoletti. Those were your number 2 and number 3 scores for the Cardinals.
Amazing.
So let's set you up for tomorrow for day 3 of the 9th annual J3Hoops.com Classic. All gets underway at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. I got to convert that time zone in my head, being a
10 a.m., 1
East
p.m.
Coast guy. 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. It'll be Buena Vista. Am I saying it right?
Buena Vista.
I'm never going to get that
you,
right, brother.
as in it's you, sir.
I'm taking that game off. Against Westfield State.
That's going to be a fascinating game.
And that will be 2 teams that like to run and play a high tempo
Buena Vista doesn't like to go high tempo, but they will sub a ton. Westfield State plays the system.
Well, they will be able to keep up with Westfield if they are able to go deep to the bench consistently, as the Owls did. However, they were unsuccessful against Amherst today. Amherst Stevens Point will be game 2. That will be at approximately 3 p.m. Eastern. And then Carthage and Gettysburg will round out the women's action tomorrow. Then the men's action, it will be Whitworth against Johns Hopkins, Edgewood against Emory and Henry, and then a fascinating game to end the day. I will not be with us for that one, unfortunately. I'm sorry to miss it.
Sorry.
I'll watch it on the plane. Linfield and Ramapo to round out day number 3, and then the final game of this tournament will be a single game on Sunday when Emory and Henry takes on number 2, I think, ranked, or number 3?
Number 9. Number 7.
Whitworth's number 7.
Yes.
Oh, my. Well, I voted on number 2.
There's a lot who voted number 2 and a lot who haven't.
That's very interesting. Well, Whitworth, number 2 in my poll at least, will face Emory and Henry in the final game of the tournament on December 30th. Dave, final thoughts on this one? A big upset win for the Polar Bears, something that potentially will help jumpstart their season.
Honestly, got the game we expected, though not from teams that were playing the way we thought. And North Central playing better than we thought coming in. Ohio Northern not playing as well. We got the game we expected, a good back-and-forth game. North Central's going to Todd Raritan's going to use this game for sure to try and get his team refocused as they head into CCIW play. Ohio Northern could use this to springboard themselves back into the OAC conversation as they try and find ways to get the ball to Bruns and, more importantly, finish.
Well, special thanks to Tim Glahn, the Athletic Communications Director at Ohio Northern, and to Clark Tusher, the Athletic Communications Director at North Central, for all their help in prepping us for today's contest. Special thanks again to everyone here at the South Point Arena on another great day of basketball here in Las Vegas. 2 days have gone by, 11 games in the books, 6 more games ready for us tomorrow. For our executive producer, Pat Coleman, our director extraordinaire and our analyst in this second game, Dave McHugh, I'm Ira Thor. Thanks for watching all of our action here today in Las Vegas. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Have a great night, everybody. Be well.